And we're back for another round of Scrap Mechanic. I have been doing some remodeling because I did some more testing with my new design for the wood chipper, the Mark III, which you can't see because it's not rendering, but you can see I have cleared a lot of trees up through there. And my goal is to eventually clear it all the way back across here so I can expose, other than the super massive trees we can't interact with, the big structure at the top of the hill, and I want to just cut it all the way back. So as a result of testing and doing a lot of tree chopping, I have been able to expand the base platform out a bit more, and I've also started separating things out because I'm going to use this for a parking deck. And why have it where they might bump into each other? I'm just going to put little dividers, keeping this in place what I already had. That means I'm going to be taking this out because I don't really need this now. And I kind of want to have some more stuff I can put up here. I've got these two and that one that should fit in to parking spots. As long as it can come along the bridge and up the ramp, it can go up here. Which leaves me with another vehicle that needs work, something that needs updating. And that is my little towing vehicle for originally farmers, and can still work for farmers. But I want to build something a little bit bigger, more robust, more capable of transporting. And I want to have it where it can transport farmers, but I also want it to be capable of transporting, say, a lot more food parcels. So I could take bigger amounts of trade goods in one go. So I already know that this is wide enough for a farmer to fit in, as well as for a food parcel to fit in. I think it's actually just wide enough. So that's 8 blocks of interior space. So I need to keep at least 8 blocks of space, or, you know, assuming that's the exact amount. I'm pretty sure that's it because I don't think I could wiggle them too much. So 8 blocks interior space. If I want to have for just one row, I could do a longer vehicle, extend this out further. Again, there's only a few places I've seen more than one farmer at a time, and one place where I found 3. So it's not like I need this for a lot of farmers. I'm thinking more, I want to build for the food parcels, the trade good parcels that I use a lot more often than going to get farmers. But I want to accommodate for multiple farmers if I can. So I think that will be tall enough. I've got a support suspension in there. It's going to squish down, of course, when I take it off of this, but I think that will keep it high enough. If not, I'll swap that out for the longer version of it. I just don't want this to be too tall. So I'm doing the front cab with closer wheels than normal. And so this one's going to rotate. Actually, I might do both of these with rotation. I might make it where this rotates as well to get a little bit more traction. I feel like that might be a problem. If this rotates and that does too, it might be a little too much turn. But I can always adjust it later. We'll just start with no turn on the second ones. But this way, at least, something happens. Back piece gets broken off. I've got a completely separate cab that can keep driving, get me back to safety. Hopefully. So with that in mind, actually, I'm going to patch this back up. We're going to need to go a little bit further back. And I'm actually going to fill this in completely instead of the little staggered look to it. There we go. That will work. And so we'll go with the same style, drop down. I add one of these. Yeah, did not get enough suspensions. I don't even know if the suspension is actually going to help, really. It usually does not help when I use it. So I don't think I'll end up needing it, but, you know, we'll go with it anyway. We'll throw one of those on, throw that on, and we got a wheel. So 2 wheels on the front so the cab can go separately. And we're going to have 2 wheels on the back, so it has support. And I'm going to make the back wheels extendable with pistons, because that's where all the weight will be. That's where I end up getting top heavy. That should help, hopefully, keeping it balanced, as well as giving more traction at the back to go uphill, I'm hoping. And there we go. For now, I'm going to have the back steer and the front steer, and the other wheels are just going to have power for driving forward. If I'm using too much gas, I'll take maybe these out and just have front wheel drive on the cab. I am not doing the full length right now because I want to know how long I can get this to go and it works. So I need to actually go get some food parcels. But first, we need to make sure this is actually going to sit right. Oh, wow. Yep. Look at that. So, plenty of weight up here. Not enough weight back here. That may actually be finally useful. I don't want to go too wide unless I absolutely have to. So, we're just going to go with a 4 for now. This is not meant to be like dealing with combat. This is meant just to get goods and travel up. And look at that. Oh. Oh, yeah. So, I still have wheels that stay in line, which could be fine to actually keep it that way. I wonder if that's causing some of that stutter or if it's just stuff loading because of my speed. And I saw something. Yes! I thought I saw a hint of yellow. Oh, get back from me because I'm stealing your goodies. I got driver's saddle 1. That's all. That is it. A driver's saddle 1. It has no wiggle room at all. Oh, I could actually drive this along here. One problem will be up here on the ramp. Is it going to work? And oh, yeah, the suspension is going to cause a problem with it letting the wheels bounce up and possibly going on top of the rail. That just ended up working out perfectly as being exactly how wide. And of course, I have a slight veer as I'm driving, so it's not like I'm going perfectly straight. Let me move this back. Carrots. Broccoli. I'm already lined up kind of for broccoli, so we'll just start with broccoli. And, oh, you know, it'd be great if I set up some method by which I can access that beforehand or, you know, from the seat. Oh, wow. Place down the broccoli and suddenly just massive lag spike. And that, it looks like there's room. There actually is room. So this is 1 block too wide. And there goes that suspension as I'm throwing weight on the back. Yeah, suspension again coming out because it's just proving to not really be that useful. And there goes that top heaviness, but doing this takes care of that. The suspension is keeping it being a little bit smoother ride, but you know, it's not balancing out. As soon as I take all this off, that back suspension is just going to kick all the way up. So either I have to get it to where there's more weight on the back, which of course, as I add more of these, the suspension will be worse. Or I just, again, forget the suspension because it just really doesn't end up being that useful. So I switched out all the suspensions. I also went ahead and because of placement, having to get out here and put stuff in, if I'm not doing just all one item, I put the switch out here. So I come out here, turn it on, it'll fire off the items. And so now the question is, how far back do I want this to go? And I'm going to be still adding like a ramp so I can work on getting the farmers up here, because this will keep farmers in there. I go this far out, not counting for any separators, just putting it all the way end to end. That adds some extra room. That's actually, I miscounted. I didn't think it was going to add that much to it. So that, well, let me get up here. So that's the edge where I can build up like that. I actually don't want that. I want it to be here. So this, you know, we'll just go with this spot. So this will be the edge of it all. So that's going to be where we have the same thing as before, like a gate, a little piece that comes out. So it's not interfering with the ground. It's a nice smooth slope, 120 degrees. I don't want to go too sharp because then it gets harder to get the farmers up top. I also need some way to kind of line them in so they don't go rolling off the side. When I'm smacking them with a hammer, that's been the problem in the past. I need a way to guide them in. I need something to act as a funnel So I need something on the sides of this. Yeah, so like that. I mean, I'm not walking up it like normal. Actually, ooh, that's a problem. Because I just noticed how that did not let me walk on it. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Well, worst case, simple thing is I just, take the pistons out, make it tall, and it works. But I'm hoping this will function correctly and allow them to roll up on the piston shaft and interact with it like you think it would allow. So there goes that. All right. Well, I've got these. I need to test with the farmer now, so I guess gonna just keep all this. We'll just go get a farmer. So I came out to the place I knew most readily that there was still a farmer for me to grab, and that I could get actually parked fairly close to the spot. First things first, we've got to lower the gate, because how else am I going to get him into the back? Okay, go. Up, up. I seem to, like, when I hit him, sometimes he goes just flying, and then other times I seem to hit him just right where all he does is spin, and he doesn't actually go anywhere. They are so difficult to get inside a truck just to transport them. It's a good thing you don't need that many of them, really, just to get a couple of weapons. Actually, you only really need one, I think, to get the only weapon you really need, the main spud gun. It's looking like it's not actually interacting with the piston rails like it should. It should be a case that he can roll up the rails there, but it doesn't look like he is. So, oh, there goes that idea. So the vehicle that did not flip even once, driving at high speed on the way to pick up the farmer, has now flipped twice, driving at a lower speed, coming back, even this time over just a small rock that got in the way and caused the whole thing to just flip. So it's amazing how much of a difference one farmer can cause to the balance of this. So yeah, even driving like this with the pistons fully extended and doing like this, able to do like this, no problems. A rock about, well, that big, yeah, right there, just flipped the whole thing over like it was nothing. So yeah, there's inconsistencies in how some stuff interacts in terms of physics in this game. So that is the amount of space I need for one farmer to fit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks depth for him to fit. So here's my solution for the farmers, or at least to control them for the most part. It's not going to completely enclose them, because this should not be flipping like that over a small stone. But basically a separator that I turn it on, and it just drops right down into place, holds them separate. So a spot for each farmer up to 3. And now I'm thinking some on this. Instead of a ramp, I could actually extend this out just a little bit and use it as some pistons coming off of here that lower this down, and then have it where there's a platform with a ramp that, of course, extends out so I can, it's like a gate to help hold this one in. But have pistons that lower it down, kind of like a wheelchair lift would be, set up. Perfect. All the way down with a level 1 piston. The question is, and I know these push, not pull, so I'm thinking that no matter how much I add in terms of level to it, if I level it to 5, it's not going to make a difference when it's lifting up. So I'm hoping this is going to be enough. And of course, realize there's a problem. If I get it here, is he going to smack into this and stop, or is he going to roll underneath? Because they don't interact with the pistons like that. Okay, I think he's kind of lined up right now. And it pushes him in. All right, so he's in. And that doesn't change the fact I still need to get him over there. So I need something that's going to push him in further. Okay, I need this to maybe wedge in. Maybe I just need it to actually be like further in this way, so it's actually the edge of where I need it to be instead of being further out like that. You know what? I can make this work. What if I do this and this on each side so it looks more complete when it's closed, but I'm putting it on the back piece. So I do that. It flips down and gives me some kind of guide rail that I can use to help get it in place. Now it's a matter of the back of it. How do I get that guide rail in there? So what I've added now is I took a little bit of this out. So we have a backboard. So when it goes up, that triggers. And basically it's going to roll him in. And then hopefully at that point work fine. I just jump up here, have to do a little wiggling to get in. Knock him out this way and lock him in place. So it's not the most refined option, but it should work. And of course, if I'm not carrying farmers, then I can just do, you know, place down the food parcels by getting here. That's the other thing I'll have to do. Oh, didn't mean to do like that. I need easier access to get up here. I need a way to get into this much more. Well, I mean, when I'm doing food parcels, I can always lower this and it'd be fine. It's not like I'm typically going to go get food parcels at the same time I'm going to get a farmer. And how well does it handle going up the hill? It slows to a crawl, and I'm about to get hit. All right, no, unfortunately, he didn't notice that I was parked next to him, but his buddy did. Sometimes it's just so, I mean, again, inconsistent. I could be sitting next to one of them, not notice me at all. But then another one that is way off notices me right away. Oh yeah, just gotta get enough power behind it. Enough oomph. And I get uphill, no problem. And if it looks like a big, long cargo truck, dump truck, might as well act like it is. So we're backing it up. And we'll go boop. Takes the farmer first, which is interesting. Oh, broke that one. There we go. All right, let's see. Got plenty of banana and blueberry right now. I could get actually 3 more of those. And I've got... I need to get maybe some more of those going. As far as everything else, let's see. I guess I should get a spuddling gun, even though I'm not even using the shotgun anymore. I guess just for completion purposes, I need the spuddling gun and, you know, do another pineapple so I can buy it. So yeah, that's it. That's the remodeled transport truck for farmers and food parcels. At this point, I'm not even worried that it looks like a bunch of crap. I'm just glad it's working again, and it's going to be working hopefully better. I'll go get, you know, another farmer. I need one more farmer at least, it looks like. But yeah, I'm not even worried about making it that much more fancy, that much more elaborate, because, I mean, I've already got tons of stuff. It's not really that big of a deal. The main thing for me was I didn't want flipping over trying to go uphill with a lot of parcels on it, and I think that will actually cover it. Can I carry 20 parcels at one time? Yeah, kind of. I mean, it'll be creative stacking to make it work, but technically I probably could make it work. I'm just not going to be doing that. And so that's going to be it for this episode of Scrap Mechanic. Leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think or what you've done for your farmer transport and food parcel transport. And of course, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.